Good evening, everybody. How's it? Back again. Another week gone, and yeah, sitting here again in front of this camera, having a chat with you guys. Obviously, tonight I did put it in on the posts and whatever. We've got Mr. Eric the Same Day Chang. I'll get into the reason why I called him Eric the Same Day Chang later. But welcome, Eric, to the show.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Just before we start, can you hear everything? There's no echoing, there's no feedback. Just Eric, give us a chat.
Hello. What's up, guys?
Can somebody, obviously Daniel's there, one of my moderators, if you can just tell me if the sound's all okay and the video is all okay, please. Now I'm waiting. Now I gotta wait because there's a delay. Oh, everything's perfect.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so another week gone. Let me just say how's it to a couple of people, because yes, they always get you early these days, but I gotta go. Brandon was here, Vico, Mr. Chang, obviously, Daniel, Imran, Hardis, who else? Ryan, DJ. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna go through it. Musa Ghani is here. Evening, big day. Who's a big day? It's a big guy, not big day. Okay. Yeah, so I was going to bring a couple of things to put on the show, but typical me, as I was talking to Eric before, I've got a memory like a sieve and I forgot to packet it in the shop. So yeah, we won't be talking about anything other than Eric Same Day Chang and his Vapour Chemistry. But what I do want to show you is some little thing that came past the desk for me to review, and it looks like something out of an alien movie. It's a product by Smock called a Rolo. It's a pod system. You can see the little pod comes out. You can refill the pod. It doesn't look like you can change the coils on these things, but not a bad little device. I've only got it like yesterday, so I haven't done it through its full testing. But not massive vapor production, and it's quite a restrictive draw, but the flavor is really, really good on this. You've got to double clutch it though, unfortunately. Yeah, so Mr. Chang, okay, let me tell you why. Okay, tonight Eric has kindly donated one bottle, his entire range in 60ml bottles or whatever nicotine level you want. So that's 4 60ml bottles of juice. And the key word for tonight, so you guys can quickly go all type it in, is fusion. Okay, so if you can type in the word fusion, you'll be eligible for the lucky draw later on in the evening. So type in the word fusion, and that's FUSION. You can just type that in. If you've got any questions for Eric, just put @Eric Chang. He'll then be able to see the questions. I'm just going to go and copy and paste it here so that you can see what you have to do. There, so if you do it like that, then Eric can see the question that's marked for you. Yeah, we'll answer some questions now. Oh, Ryan says, Mr. Chang, I have to say PB3 is fucking glorious. So that's from Ryan.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, let me tell them a story about it first. Okay, so I might embarrass you, but it's not meant to embarrass you.
No.
So, Eric is one of those vapors that he wants it yesterday. It might only be arriving today, but he wants it yesterday. So, what he used to do, because obviously we do tend to get a lot of the stuff that's coming to market before most people. So what he used to do is he used to place his order and have it same day shipped. Even if the order was only like for $400, he would spend another $400 to ship it same day so that he would get it in the same day. But the reason why I started calling him Same Day Chang, no, that was actually after the fact, hey, when you messaged me at 1 o'clock in the morning, hey.
Yes.
Yeah. And we started calling him the Same Day, and it's just with the guys from Survey, but just stuck to us that we call him Eric Same Day Chang. But he's a naughty little shit as well, because and to anybody who does message me, please, when you message me, type your entire message in one message. Don't send me 5 messages to say one thing. And Eric, one morning at about 1 o'clock in the morning, I think it was, decided that he was going to say, how's it, Craig? 1 message. I'm placing an order, 2nd message. I'm going to send the courier, 3rd message. And eventually I had 5 messages. And with my phone going off so many times, I thought there was an emergency. So I got up and I actually looked at my phone. And it was my fault my phone was on. But yeah, so Mr. Chang got into a little bit of trouble for that. Yeah, yeah. So Eric, I'll ask anybody coming on the show a couple of questions, just to obviously, and Warren Softball, I can't take your telephone call now, so sorry. Ask a couple of questions, and just to break the ice a little bit, to get you more comfortable in front of the screen. So, your favorite device of all times?
Well, my favorite device, it must be, or currently must be the Armor Mech Mod. This thing it's beautiful. It's like I use it every day at home, wherever I take it to. So this is probably my favorite device so far.
Some people, you got that with you?
Yeah, I do. It's
just show it in the camera. Some people, they've never seen what an armor looks like.
Yeah, so it's got the leather sleeve now. So basically, take it out the sleeve. Yeah, so it is a mechanical squonker. So there's the button, and there's the bottle. And then obviously I've got the silver upgrade. So there's the silver. Well, it's got the button inside as well. And then that's where the bottle comes out. So yeah, that's the Armor Mech Mod.
Cool beans. Cool beans. If you were stuck on a deserted island and you had unlimited supply of e-juice,
yeah,
but not your own,
okay,
what would be the flavor and the company name and the juice that you would take with you?
Juice I would take with me. I must say it's probably the BLVK Uniloop, because that's like I vape so much of that thing. It's not even funny. I'm a snob for Fruit Loops. So yeah, it must be that one. I'll take without a doubt. It's a very nice all-day vape for me. So not too sweet and things like that. So yeah, it must be the BLVK Uniloop. I'll probably take that.
And yeah, I surprised you. Most people freaking always say Triple X. Most of the guys have actually bought on the show.
Yeah.
When they've mentioned two juices, one of those juices have been Triple X.
Triple X, I had Triple X, but I'm not a fan of menthol. So that's why I could do it now and then, but I can't do it all the time. I know Mr. Rob Fisher is the big fan of Triple X.
You'll be actually surprised how many mixers actually they chose Triple X. There's like
Really?
one of their two juices if they would take. I would hazard a guess more than 50% of the guys been on the show. Triple X has been one of their juices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just there was a question there quickly.
Yeah.
Let me just try and check in. Darian Watson says, Eric, how long have you been mixing and where did it all begin?
Mixing, I would say back in 2016. So I've started mixing. I think PB3. Yeah, the first one was PB3. That was the first flavor. So that took a while to develop. It's more of when PB3 came to mind is when I first started vaping. Got into vaping and stuff. I really liked the 5 pound range, and most of you know 5 pounds is. It is a bit pricey, even till date. It is still very, very pricey. And at the time, I enjoyed this one flavor. It's called Grandmaster, and it was just so pricey. And I thought, why don't I come up with and no one had a peanut butter banana at the time. So I thought, maybe I should come up with something that's similar, because it is a very nice peanut butter banana. It's I love it. So came with that, and then I started developing PB3, and yeah, so kind of like the 5 points. Grandmaster gave me how would I call it? Maybe just the intentions of starting mixing and things like that. It kind of just started as, didn't want to launch it. It's actually more for myself. I actually mixed it just for myself, and then all the guys that I went to vape shops and stuff, they had a taste and they said, why don't you launch this? And yeah, it just I launched it, PB3, and then it went pretty well. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to. I'm not a big lover of banana for some reason. So yeah. So peanut butter I can vape no problem. It's the banana that I really, really battle to vape. But it's like me and chocolate as well. I I like eating chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had chocolate for a long time now, but yeah. I like the flavor, but I just cannot vape it for some reason. It's the same with banana. I just can't vape it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why with PB3, guys, I tend to go, do you go against banana? You're not against banana. You're against peanut butter. Not against peanut butter. Okay, yeah. Here's a nice dessert flavor.
I am Gomi. Those Ubuntu coils are on their way, or they're busy being made. Unfortunately, Mr. Coil Company has got a massive order with Paulie opening his new shop. He's got a massive order for them, so I'm in the queue. But yes, we will be getting the Ubuntu coils. Let me just check out. The Vaping Brew says, Mr. Chang, will you be releasing one shot? Seems the market is beginning to catch on to that.
One shots. I don't know. Hey, it actually never came into mind. It's who's no, not really. I haven't really thought about it because yeah, I don't know. My opinion with that, I've only ever came across those the one shots. I see a lot of local guys are now releasing them. I've only ever had ones that the ones that Hardwick's import. Those were pretty nice. Those what you call it?
Inawera.
No, the Ink Law or something. I can't remember what there was. The guys the ones by DIY or Die. Yeah, I can never pronounce that word. It's a very in your claw or something. Concentrate. Sorry, I'm Asian, so these big English words don't get with me. So so yeah, those concentrates. I mean, those ones. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I haven't really. I see a few guys doing it now, but I must actually go grab one or two and try it out. I actually haven't actually touched it, to be honest.
To be honest, I can about must have been about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, because we constantly are evolving in our business and evolving with juices, and you know, you've got to constantly be keeping up with what's happening. Otherwise, you know, you stagnate. So we've been cleaning out juices and replacing them and stuff. And about 6 months ago, I actually said to people, "This is what we're going to do." But unfortunately, as I said to you earlier, I've got a memory like a sieve. I forgot to actually bloody do it. And finally, I got around to doing all the Fogs range. I did advertise it today. The Fogs range, the juices that we took out, which people still ask for these days, they're coming out in one shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I can kick myself that because like 6 months ago I thought of doing it and then I forgot about it. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
But I think with what's happening, money's tight. What I see a lot of guys are doing is their juices that they're redesigning or whatever, and they're still releasing the one shots. So really mixed type of scenarios. I'm just going to put a photograph in here just while I'm thinking, just because I forgot to do it. Just hold on. I just got to put something in here. And it's my advertising, so just hold on. Otherwise, Hugo will shit all over me because I forgot to do something. Just hold on. Where are you now? I'm just gonna hide him quickly. Yeah, so there, that's gonna go on. Okay, I'll put it up later. Anyway, let's just check here. Kaiser Soze says, where is he? What's your favorite local juice? And how would you compare local juices against US international juices, as your juice choice for a deserted island is an international juice?
Okay, local juice, I would say is, what have I been vaping? Like, my favorite one is E-Liquid Project Special Reserve. That I vape a lot of. That's my favorite local juice because of I'm a custard snob, so I love custard. And in terms of guys compared to internationals and stuff like that, I mean, a lot of the South African juices are there, up with the international guys. The only thing I think that maybe we local juice kind of lack with in terms of international, I would say, is maybe the branding. It seems that a lot of the international juices, their labels it's always like eye catching, and you sometimes, I mean, the Americans, they're very good with that, and obviously then you get the Malaysians or the other ones where it's kind of copy something, like they were branded as some suck out of my head. Like at McDonald's apple pie, they were branded into into one of those apple pie boxes, and you've never tasted the juice, but you see that and you're just like, fuck, I actually want to buy that just for the packaging.
Yeah, my opinion on a large percentage of that is it's the juice is cock, but because the packaging sells.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's so the thing is the juice. I mean, South African local juice it's there. It's really really good. I mean, a lot of the mixes and stuff like that, they I mean, they are on standard with the international juice. It's just more of like I would say the packaging, like the labels and stuff. We kind of, but it's not to blame, because I mean, labeling is expensive in this country. I mean, overseas, it's just so much cheaper to print labels and stuff. But here also the cost is very, very high. If you're one of those metallic labels or whatever, they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all.
Yeah, no.
So I think it's more of that as well. So I would say, compared to international juice, more of just like the packaging. I mean, the other day I saw at one of the vape shops. The guy was at China, and he brought the juice was not anything great, but the packaging, it actually came in one of those the box. You have to it had a code, so you had to like kind of get the word right or unlock the code to actually open it up. Serious? I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it's one of those little turn things where you have to turn to get the code. Obviously the code was the name of the liquid company, and it would not open until you actually get the code right, or more of like but you can set it up yourself. It even came with a manual just to how to put your own code and stuff like that. So yeah,
good way to stop your mates vaping your juice, eh?
Yeah, it is that, eh? But yes, I would just say I would just buy it just for this. This is so cool. And so I can't remember what it's called. There's a special name for that box. It's more of like a like one of those Pandora box kind of things or whatever. So yeah, it's one of those where you have to use the code. But yeah, it was really cool. I mean, overseas are doing that. So I would say it's more of the packaging and stuff where the guys have to kind of.
Yeah, well, I see that in the shop. You put all these nasty juices and hustler juices and all these things on the shelf, and because of the boldness and the brightness and the in your face packaging, people automatically just their eyes veer on the shelf to these juices. Look, okay, so I do enjoy some of the nasty juices, but most of the other ones actually don't taste any better than any of the South African juices. Yeah.
And as the Vaping Brew said, it's a lot of the US juices, well, not just US, even the Malaysian ones, they put a lot of the sweetener in it, and I don't like it. When after you exhale, you get that sweetener. It's like on your lip, where you can lick it, you can actually taste it. I hate that. I hate that. I can't do.
I have to say though, if you put up 4 juices or 5 juices in Durban, and one without the one without sweetener won't sell. I don't know about what it's like in Joburg, but in Durban, everybody loves the sweet stuff. Really, really love the sweet stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
My palate doesn't like that super sweet. I don't mind sweet, but my palate just doesn't. I like the savory type of stuff. But that super sweet stuff sells juices. I can tell you that right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I could eat out of it. It's so clean, bra. Okay. Moose has obviously had his car washed. The Vaping Brew says there's a Kit Kat crunchy peanut butter. Is it a local juice, Vaping Brew, or is it international juice? Because I wouldn't mind trying that. That could be quite lekker. Oh shit. In jou Reclaw is Wayne Walker spelled backwards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I can't pronounce that. I can pronounce it
Sure.
normally, but backwards, it's like, that's a big word for an Asian man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Julian says one shot's good to keep old juices going. You know, the thing is with the evolution of vaping is also with juices. You know, so guys like we definitely do it. You know, we've got a hell of a lot of different juices out in the marketplace, which a lot of people don't even know we make. But you got to keep it alive. But people still ask for specific things, and you can't give it. And you know, people are into DIY these days. So if you can make life easy with a one shot, that makes it's a good business decision. Ryan asks, what are one shots? Basically, one shot is you get the concentrate that would have gone into the juice, and you actually mix it yourself with VGPG and nicotine. So you, in essence, are getting it a hell of a lot cheaper because the labor side of it is a lot lower. Obviously it doesn't need to have all the fancy labels and all that type of stuff on it. So you buy the concentrate of your favorite juice, and it's already pre-mixed for you. You just add it to PG, VG, and nicotine, give it a shake, wait a couple of days, and then vape. That's basically what one shots are. Vaping Bruce says, Eric, what's your thoughts around CBD juices and where the whole new legislation is going to remove labeling totally?
Talking about CBD. Where's that CBD I had? Craig, this is brilliant, by the way. This here.
Miller, oh man.
Yeah, this I grabbed the other day. This is awesome as well. So yeah, this I love CBD. I mean, look, I to be honest with you guys, I haven't read up or I haven't done any research about it. I've just vaped it, and I like the, you know, it just calms me. I generally vape when I'm watching like series or stuff like that, or anime or whatever, and then it just makes me mellow. But from a tiring day, it's actually that's all I get. So I don't know what it does. I don't know, you know, I don't read up on all of that stuff. I haven't really read up on all of that stuff anyways, because yeah, I just like the product. I'm more of a consumer on CBD. But yeah, to be honest, I don't know what the whole I just know what it is. But yeah, I can't comment on this, but I just like it. I buy it, and then but yeah, I haven't read up. I'm not clued up on that. I just know CBD, THC.
Nah, there's no THC.
Yeah, no THC, but you know,
THC,
it's yeah. So CBD and THC, you know, kind of those kind of things. I've had THC as well before from old Mr. MILC there. So yeah, but that's another story to go into. But yeah, to be honest with you guys, I'm really not clued up with these things. I haven't read up about it. Yeah, I would buy it, I would vape it, but that's about it. You know, all of that other stuff, as long as Survape has stock and then I can buy it from them, I'm happy. So
yeah, look, the CBD has been a lot of guys we've pretty much almost sold out. We're waiting for our next shipment to arrive. You know, from my side, from the CBD, obviously as the seller, we've had to do a lot of research, and we've haven't just jumped in the deep end and just got from anybody. You know, we went and did a lot of research and asked a lot of people questions, and settled on the fresh leaf purely because of their facilities and the fact that all the people that work at that show are work at Fresh Leaf are all in recovery, and they don't want to jeopardize their recovery. Hence, there being no THC in their liquids. They make, but that's also why it's so expensive, because of the doing everything that they have to do to get rid of the tetrahydrocarbon. Fuck, I can never pronounce that properly. Can never pronounce that anyway. But yeah, from my side, from the CBD, you know, as I said to you in the show, when we had the guys on from Fresh Leaf last week, I have never slept so well in my life. I'm not a stressed person by nature, but I use it. I'm chilled. I don't have to fight with anybody, and I don't get stoned. I don't get high. It just makes life so much easier when you're having a rough day. And then obviously also I had a really bad motor car accident many years ago, and since I've been vaping on it, I haven't had any inflammation on my knees or my ankles, which, you know, I'm not taking anything else but that. So I have to say it works. But that's my opinion, yeah.
I heard rainy days are usually bad for you guys, right?
Yeah.
In terms of that, and then what vaping CBD helps with that? Or?
Normally, I have to take some anti-inflammatories. Yeah, probably once every 3-4 days. I haven't had anti-inflammatories now for close to 2 weeks.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
And as soon as I feel like my knees are starting to give me a little problem, or my ankles, take 4 or 5 hits on the CBD. And that's it. I don't use it the whole day. I use it basically three times a day. Morning, midday, and afternoon, or in evening. And then I sleep like a baby. I really honestly sleep like a baby. Yeah.
And then how do you take it, Craig? Do you just on a normal ATI, or do you have like special? I see they make special devices for it now as well.
Yeah, no. We've got the devices, but what I use is my billet box.
Oh, billet box.
Yeah, I've got a high-ish ohm coil, 0.9 ohm coil in here, and I'm vaping it at between 10 and 15 watts, and yeah, that's all. It doesn't like sub-ohm vaping though. You actually burn off a lot of stuff with the sub-ohm vaping. You must rather vape it in as higher ohm coil as possible. Yeah, obviously there you got a mouth to lung at then, but yeah, it's
I see you guys have the IOs and stuff. Well, the Joytech ones.
Yeah, they designed for those coils.
Yeah.
Those coils are designed for both, but they're designed for the CBD as well.
Yeah, because the first day I got it, I made a rookie mistake there, putting in my little alien atomizer, kind of vaped it, and then I think my lungs nearly died. But
it's a mouth to lungy thing. You know, you can I can straight lung hit it, but it must be on a high ohm coil.
Yeah, I nearly died. That was a rookie mistake. So, yeah.
I am Gomi says, Eric Survape and Eric Chang, do you guys think it will be a good idea to make a regulated mod with a small sun panel or solar panel for charging? I don't see why it wouldn't work. You know, solar panel today, as long as you can keep your voltage regulated while charging, if somebody can come up with that idea, it'd be quite a ingenious idea. I don't think I've seen it yet. Eric, you seen it?
Nope, I haven't seen it. I've seen solar panel power banks. That's about most of it. So yeah, I haven't seen anything with vape. Yeah,
must be quite a clever idea, that.
It is. But you know, it's just in terms of batteries and stuff like that, getting it charged. How long it has to stay in the sun to get charged. The other day I saw that the guys were selling these once-off power packs or something, and the guys are using it for vape. And then I was like, okay, do you really need that crave where you have to buy one of those once-off power banks to actually charge the vape? and then it's also, you know, the question is like your device as well. Like, can it, obviously these chargers are going to be fast charge. Can your device handle fast charge? Can your older devices handle fast charge? The newer devices come with fast charge, no problem. Yeah. But I mean, the older devices, is it going to handle the fast charge? How safe it is, and all of that stuff. Battery's a battery. Battery's messed up, man.
Vaping Bruce says Looper is still one of my favorites. Yeah, Looper was a good juicer.
Yeah, Looper. But I heard from some of the guys say that the new batch loopers, well, if you actually find them, they don't taste as good as the old batches, as good as the older ones. I don't know if that's true. I haven't bought any looper recently, so
I don't think I've seen looper in South Africa recently.
Yeah, no, not in South Africa, but I mean, guys getting it from like America, and so they just said it doesn't taste the same. If I remember correctly, didn't they have a fallout somehow? If I remember correctly. I can't remember, but I think
I don't even follow South African vaping politics, because I'm not going to find out what's happening in America. But
something about the Looper guys, and then Philip Rock or something. Sorry, my memory is very vague as well. So that's what, if I remember correctly, they had a fallout or something. But if anyone knows, they can get into more of that. But that's what I've heard. So yeah.
Kaiser says juice branding and marketing needs to somehow balance the need to be eye-catching against appealing to kids. I personally don't agree with juices that have cartoon characters on them. Yeah, that's been a debate that's been going on for a long period of time now. The only way they're going to get hold of those juices is if they walk into a vape shop or walk into a tobacconist. And then most vape shops that I know that I've had dealings with will not serve an under 18 under 18. You know, we're very strict at Serve Vape. If you look under 18 and you don't have a driver's license or a ID, I'm sorry, my boy, I don't care how much money you're prepared to spend. There's the door. Don't let it smack you on the way out. So yeah, you know, it's a bone of contention for a lot of people. Yeah, in the same token, you can say bright colors are going to attract kids. You know, it's whether it's guy's got a gremlin on it or his guy's got a freaking old bully on it. It's still gonna, you know, people are still gonna find it appealing. But your kids shouldn't be near that stuff anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, it is, and then I mean, most of the stuff come with childproof. You know, nowadays childproof is a must as well. So, but I'm also against like maybe like cartoon characters, but I'm more against like known cartoon characters. So you know, things like Pokemon, those kind of things, where they really do attract kids. And I know there was a few maybe Looney Tunes popping up in there, but I mean that also goes into like copyright infringement and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, things like that. But I mean, it depends how you do it. I mean, you guys probably know the Yami range. I mean, that's got cartoon characters, that's got anime characters, and that looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you know, so those kind of branding is it's more of the positive side. Where the other ones, if you use like known cartoon characters and things like that, I don't think that's a right move. I mean, how does vaping relate to a Pikachu? You know, like I kind of go. What has vaping got to do with Pikachu?
Pikachu, I see you.
Come on, guys. Come on, something better. What does the flavor have anything to do with Pikachu? So, you know, it's things like that. Come up with something better. Come up with your own thing. Like, I know, but yeah, you know, I'm against things like that. That I'm really against. So,
I think your brother says stop ratting out Ian.
Yeah. Sorry, Ian. Sorry. That's just, yeah.
Musa asks, Eric, what is your favorite atomizer that you are using currently and your favorite of all time?
Currently, I'm on the Solo. So, I don't know if you guys can see there. I've got the Solo RDA on here on the Mega. So, I'm more of a single coil guy. I don't do dual coil at all. I like my single coils. So, I haven't used a Solo for a while, actually, and then recently I got a few sets of coils from Mr. Coil Company himself, and I popped the ones he specially made for the Solo. I think they were aliens. I don't have the box with me, but some aliens. So yeah, and then I put it in a Solo, and it made me love the Solo again. And I started buying all the caps and stuff again for the Solo. So Solo for me, I rotate between the Solo, the Haku, and the ESZ I use as well, and then also I've got the Armor V1. Armor V1 is probably also one of my favorites as well. Single coil. I've got the single inner chamber as well, and then I've got the V2 coming next week. So let's see I'll see what happens with the V2. See what's the difference with the V1 and the V2. But yeah, that's January Solo, Haku, Armor, and then the ESZ. Those are the RDAs I rotate with. Tank, I've only got the Skyline. I hardly use tanks. I don't ever use tanks. Skyline I still have lying there. And then yeah, but recently I bought the Zeus RTA. That's just because it's, you know, it's good for traveling, doesn't leak at all. I don't have to worry about leaking, and the flavor's good. So
if you like the Zeus, then you must try the Themis.
Yes, yeah. The one from the Digi
flavor
one.
Yeah, really good. That
you can also just use single coils on that one, right? I was looking at the deck.
Yeah, you can put single coil in there,
yeah.
But it is better dual coil.
Is a better dual coil? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna grab that and then try it out as well, because top airflow. You know, top airflow seems to be the new thing now as well. And then yeah.
Excuse my dogs in the back. There's obviously the neighbors have just got home, and my Great Dane goes off when they arrive home. Vaping Brew brought up obviously what's been in the news today, and the vaping scene is the new tobacco laws or smoking laws. You know, they're going to be removing the signage of cigarette packages, and they're going to lump vaping into smoking. Okay, which we knew that was going to come eventually. Whether they're not they can enforce it or not, it's a different story. You know. But on the same token, you know, I just wish that the O's would be fair across all sin items. You know, I'm not a drinker, and please don't get me wrong if you get offended by what I'm about to say now, but they should ban drinking. That's my opinion. You know, drinking kills more innocent people than vaping does or smoking does. It's not the guy who's drunk that kills the 10 people in the taxi bus that were trying to get home from work. So yeah, it's just government. You know, I would rather them just tax us even more than try to remove it totally, because all that it's going to do is going to push everything underground, and that just it's going to affect everybody in the long run.
Yeah, when it becomes like, because I do visit, you know, like Taiwan, China, every year, and Taiwan has now becoming its more like concert underground thing, but underground is not. It's really not a nice thing. You know South African vapors likes to go to the lounge and chill and talk to the guys, chill there for a few hours and talk about this and talk about that. Over there, it's not like that anymore, because everything's gone underground and everything is now on like the internet, like the eBay kind of like the thing. And then guys, if they want liquids, they go on eBay and they just buy it and it just gets delivered. It's more of not any more of that whole the socializing element kind of gets taken out in the underground scenes, like in Taiwan. So what I've seen, so you know, underground, yeah, go on the internet, can buy it, and then guys deliver to you. And they advertise as 0 milligram, because selling nicotine, any juice with nicotine, it's because nicotine is a controlled substance in Taiwan, and that's legal. So it's more of what I've seen. When you take the socializing element out of vaping, it's not fun anymore. You know,
Nah.
most of us get into it because it's fun doing the devices, building, talking about this, talking about that, and you socialize with other people. So it's part of it. And if that gets taken out, then you know it's more of just I don't like I got into it because of mainly because of the whole meeting new people, all the vape meets and things like that. So let's hope South Africa doesn't get there, doesn't get there one day.
My honest opinion is there's just not enough intelligence to be able to enforce it correctly. And to be able to, it'll be one. Eventually, they'll just give up and they'll just tax us.
Yeah,
that's the way. That's the way I see it happening. The problem that they've got currently is that there are like 3 times the amount of illegal cigarettes in South Africa than there are legal cigarettes in South Africa. They can't even manage that properly. They can't even stop these illegal cigarettes getting into the country, or what they call black market cigarettes. How are they going to enforce this? They've got no chance. They've got no chance whatsoever.
Yeah.
Let me just check here. I've yet to find somebody that does a local equivalent of a strawberry jam monster. So, yeah.
Strawberry jam monster. Yeah, it seems the jam monsters are...
It's still a good juice, that, I have to say.
Yeah. I think the new one, is it a blackberry? If I remember correctly, I saw it somewhere. I think it's a new blackberry one that's coming out.
Yeah, I think it's. The grape was a bit of a fail in my opinion, but it's just could be good. Single coil, fuck the world, Musa. Yes, you're right. Besides, I've got my Goon out on my DS. All my other coils tanks that I've got are all single coils. You want to try the coil, Eric?
Yeah.
There's a local guy in Durban, Bubble Wraps.
Yeah.
He makes a 5-core alien.
Yeah.
For these mini 22 millimeter RDAs.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, it's epic. It's absolutely epic.
Okay, I'll try that out. It's on your website, right? Oh, I see it. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty.
Any questions? I can't see any more questions there.
Blackcurrant, Blackcurrant's the new flavor, not blackberry.
Yeah, blackcurrant's popular, eh? Yeah, it's a very popular flavor, and I'm seeing especially also Malaysian juices. Malaysian juices, a lot of them are coming in blackcurrant, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jam Monster is packed full of sweetener. You just check your coils. You know, I'm fastidious about having as cleaner coils and cotton as possible. So when it's time to have some Jam Monster, you know, I'm cleaning coils twice a day. But yeah. Okay, let's put up. Okay, we've spoken about that already. I'm just going to throw up a photograph of Fusion. What was the story behind Fusion?
Fusion. It's when so obviously the Fusion. A lot of the guys think Fusion is more of. I called it Fusion because it's blueberry and peanut butter. A lot of the guys thought I just went and took MB2 and PB3 and just kind of mixed it together or something like that. It isn't actually that, because the peanut butter infusion is actually different to PB3's. It's more of, at the time, I had this one juice. Again, it's always inspirations, you know. It's like when I have something and I'm like, oh shit, I actually should try and you know, it's I won't, not saying cloning it, but something similar to it, because I enjoy it. And it's also, I check if it's not accessible locally and things like that. I'll try and just do it, you know. So if I remember correctly, it was one of the tonic juices, and it was more of a peanut butter and blueberry jam and on toast. So I kind of went, oh wow, peanut butter actually goes very well with blueberry, because guys go, well, you know, it's one of those where guys go, peanut butter and blueberry, what the hell, you know. And then when you actually vape it, it's actually very, very nice. So I had it, you know, it's more of a blueberry jam on toast and things like that. And then I just went, okay, well, maybe I should just let me try and mixing. At first, how it starts with, I just tried MB2's blueberry, and then I tried PB3's peanut butter. You know, kind of mixed together and see how that tasted. Didn't taste well. It didn't really go well. And then I just started tweaking from there. Used a different blueberry, used a different peanut butter, and yeah, it actually didn't come out so bad. Obviously, I added the toast. It's more of a toasted peanut butter infusion compared to PB3. And yeah, that's how it went. So it kind of went with the peanut butter, blueberry, and jam. Kind of got me inspired into doing peanut butter and blueberry. Yeah.
Cool beans. That's the thing is, which any advice that I can give to any budding juice makers is be different. Don't make the same shit. Over the December holidays, I had, if anybody's watching, please don't take offense to this, I would hazard a guess 40, probably 40, either from Joburg, Pretoria, Bloemfontein, Cape, come into the shop and drop off samples. And every one of them had a strawberry milk. Every one of them had a grape candy. And, you know, it's... if you are wanting to get a juice line, as Eric said there now, try different things. You'll be surprised what actually goes with each other. I was messing around. I got a whole lot of new concentrates that I received, and I've been messing around with them. And you'll be surprised what flavors actually go with each other when it turns into vaping. You might think, no, that's never going to work together. But when you put it together, vaping, it tastes absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And then obviously we got VC4.
Oh yes, VC4 in terms of the full range, VC4 is still top seller across all vape shops for some reason. VC4, what was the inspiration for VC4? VC4 is actually one of those where just out of nowhere, you know, I wanted to create a custard, and then somehow it just I didn't even know. VC4 was one of those where I actually wanted to create a custard, and I went like a coconut, and then we tried the biscuits, and it just, VC4 kind of went into stages. All I wanted was just to create a custard flavor, and then it just became, and then all of the stuff got added on, the biscuit, the coconut, and all of those just started adding onto it, so it became VC4. So it's one of those where I actually didn't get any inspiration from anywhere. I just wanted to make a custard, and then it started just piling up all the flavors. Actually, VC4 is actually probably the most complex flavor in my range, because you get the custard, you get the biscuit, and you get the and you get the coconut, you know, things like that. But a lot of guys,
out of your range, that's probably my favorite.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Yeah, it's the most complex, and a lot of guys think it's a heavy coconut because not many people enjoy coconut. Coconut is it's actually a very subtle coconut, not one of those heavy coconuts. I personally don't like coconuts that much, especially depending on what coconut. Coconut milk, that coconut is fine, but you know, you get the coconut crumbs on the bread or on the cake. That coconut, that kind of like a candy coconut, I can't really stand. So yeah, it's also one of those where I think I tried maybe 24 different coconut concentrates to get that coconut right, because either they came out too dry, too bitter, too sweet.
Yeah, I must say I'm a big lover of coconut. I love coconut.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite juices was coconut Thai from Ripe Vapes, but it's got lemongrass and sweet basil in it. So weird. You don't know how you think. Oh, that must taste like shit, but yeah. Really good juice. But no, that's as I said, that's probably my favorite out of your range.
Talking about VC4, actually the other day, I've got this one customer. She always buys twice a month, and then she always buys the big bottles of VC4 and PB3. And then only last week, it's been going on for like a year and a half, you know. So every month, twice a month, and then only last week I found out that because she asked me, because obviously I switched over to the new Chubby Gorilla bottles, and it's literally impossible for her to open them. So she asked me if I could just mix them for her. So she says she always buys VC4 and PB3, and she mixes them 50-50. And she asked me if I could just actually do that for her, you know, for the bottling, and then send her the order whenever she orders, because that's what she does. So I did that, and then I actually just went and I tried it, and it's actually not bad. So any of you got PB3 or VC4 around, mix them together 50-50, and it's actually really good. Maybe that's like maybe I'll mix those two together and call it Fusion 2. but it is actually pretty good. It's yeah. I tried it, and it's actually good. I mean, that banana and the biscuits, and it becomes like a whole different kind of thing. So if any of you got them lying around, try it out.
Try it.
Yeah.
The Vaping Brew asked me a question. Any advice for new reviewers? Yeah, the best advice I can give you is probably just be yourself. Don't try to be an American. Don't try to be a friggin' POM. Be a South African. And you know, obviously, once you get your channel up and running and it's running smoothly, then start asking for free stuff, because we get so many people saying, I'm opening up a review channel, can you send me free stuff? And I can tell you right now, in the vaping community in South Africa, they won't do that. So yeah, well, spend the money. If you really want to do reviewing, spend the money yourself, give good honest reviews, and yeah, then you can go from there.
Yeah.
Peter says not much has been said about VC4 top juice. I vape out liters of the stuff monthly. Well, good for you. He's thankful.
Thank you. Glad
yep,
you enjoyed.
Fusion is very, very good. What's this Dragon Ball Z? I am gone. He says Fusion. He took the idea from Dragon Ball Z.
It's where it's one of the storylines, or two of the characters. They've got this fusion thing going on. So no, I didn't get that from Dragon Ball Z, but I know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it wasn't from Dragon Ball Z.
Mark says, please make me a salted caramel or decent shortbread.
Salted caramel is something I've been looking at. I love salted
so
caramel.
Hard, buddy. I've been trying that for like at least 2 years to get to make a proper salted caramel, and I'm still yet to get it right.
Craig, you know salted caramel ice cream from Haagen-Dazs?
Yeah.
Bro, I'll eat liters of that shit. So yeah, but it's hard. It's really, really hard. I mean, to get that how it is, I tried it as well. It is hard. It is hard, but it is something I am playing around with. But has to get it right.
Yeah, I know it's hard.
Yeah.
Ruin says King Titus was vaping on bacon flavor. I can tell you now, anybody walks into my shop vaping bacon flavor, you're gonna get your ass kicked so hard. That is one flavor. I don't know if you've ever smelled bacon concentrate, Eric.
Yes, no, I haven't. I've never smelt it. I've seen they do sell it. Someone do sell it. TFA or one of the guys sell it.
That stuff stinks to high heaven. It's even worse than bloody licorice. My God.
I don't even know what I don't even want to know or imagine what it vapes like. There's another one where it's the worst. It's an Asian fruit. I think it's called jackfruit, if I remember correctly.
No, it's not that bad.
No, there's another one. Not jackfruit. Jackfruit is actually.
Now you're talking about that big green freaking plant. When they break it open, it's not jackfruit. It's something else.
It's. You know when you Google jackfruit, it does come up. So, but Craig, if you ever go to Asia, go to one of those. They actually have a store. So basically, when I went to Singapore, my parents love that stuff. They love it. So in Singapore, there's like a fruit shop, and it's just stacked with that green fucking spiky fruit. And then you get tables, and there's just like a butcher knife in the middle of the table. You go and pick your fruit, and then you obviously pay and stuff, and you just butcher it open, you eat it there. And I swear, you can smell that fruit from like 2 k's away.
Yeah,
me and my brother hate it.
Yeah.
I can't stand that thing. That thing is
Smells like dirty socks.
no, it's worse. It's like I can't even describe it. If you ever go to Thailand, if you ever go to Singapore, those places they love that shit. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah.
Julian, you are right. Beer did make a salted caramel, but it wasn't a traditional salted caramel. Go and, as Eric says, go get a tub of Haagen-Dazs, the salted caramel Haagen-Dazs. Then you'll know what salted caramel is.
Yeah.
The problem is the saline. To get that saline taste into the juice is really hard. It's really, really hard. Okay, we're getting to that time of the show. If you haven't, the keyword for the evening is fusion. So as you can see, the guys typing in fusion there. Just type in fusion. I'll give you a couple minutes just to type in there. The DJ Beebs roast chicken concentrate. Well, they do a chicken and waffles concentrate. So, but yeah, no, I've never smelt it, and I would make the assumption that it wouldn't be allowed in my shop neither, because there's just some things that just clunk. I would never use that.
Yes, durian. That is the stuff, Craig. It's not jackfruit. It's durian. That stuff, bro. You will die smelling it, and you will. Yeah. So that's what the fruit is called.
No.
It's called durian. I'll actually bring you some of the candies when I go back to Taiwan this year, Craig. I see now there's a durian Kit Kat. Like, what the fuck?
But evidently it smells cock, but it tastes so good.
It's got like a.
It's got a citrusy taste, hasn't it?
No, it's more of like a acidy kind of. The texture's not even nice. The texture's like having an off potato. That's the texture as well. It's no, I can't stand that. But Craig, I'll bring you some of that candy. They sell the candy, and you'll know what I mean. Like when I go back in December, I'll bring you some of that candy. I can't bring the fruit because I swear, like if I bring the fruit back from the airport, I'm pretty sure those airport dogs would be on me like a crazy mofo.
I want some rice.
Yeah. No, it's I'll bring some of that camp. That stuff is horrendous.
Okay, so Eric's going to disappear for a few seconds while I do the lucky draw, giving all of you enough time to do that. Let me just make sure I'm on the right page here. Yep. Why is this not coming up? Come on. Why is that not coming up properly now? I would have freaking problems when I want to do things and it's not working. Let me just close this down. There we are. There we are. Okay, so you can see the keyword is fusion. And I've got supporter luck and regular luck right up on the top. And I roll it 3 times for those who are new to watching the show. And then the person on the 3rd time is the winner. So I'm going to roll it for the 1st time. And unlucky Jane. Gonna roll it for the 2nd time, and gonna roll it for the 3rd time. Wishing you all guys all the best of luck. And William Skulk Funamava, if you can please get hold of me so I can arrange. If you are in Joburg, I'll arrange to get from Eric to get the stuff to you. If you're in Durban, I'll pull it off my shelves.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Eric, anything new in the pipeline?
Yeah, I'm supposed to launch something, in this time. I'm still working on something. It's not gonna be desserty this time. So yeah, a lot of guys told me to try a fruity range, stuff like that. So it's all my full range is dessert. So I'm gonna try something, maybe something more fruity this time, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. So probably
Before VapeCon.
Yeah, probably before VapeCon. But yeah, but definitely when I got something solid, I'll start. What I like to do is I like to go around to vape shops or send samples, and then let the guys give me feedback on what they think and stuff like that. And so I trust like your opinion, Craig, Hugo's opinion. If it's cuck, it's cuck. You tell me, and if it's not good, it's not good. If you think it's not good for the Durban market, you won't like it for the Durban market. You guys tell me straight. Yeah. So I do appreciate.
I tend to call a spade a spade. I get into a lot of shit for it, but I call a spade a spade.
No. Actually, a lot of the juice makers do appreciate that. Like me as well. If the guys come with samples and it's not good, and I kind of try to give them pointers and stuff. I don't go, oh, this is the best juice I've tasted, and this is good or whatever, stuff like that. It's just more of, because there's so many guys making it now as well, and it's just. But I do appreciate people's own opinions. It's not like, no, this is so good. I'm definitely gonna place an order with you, and then 6 months later you still don't hear from them. It's just if you don't like it, you don't like it. Then cool, we'll move on. It's one of those,
Yeah,
So,
no, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I see there are some questions, but I'm running out of time, and I've got to go and play some World War II on. I've got a S&D tournament a little bit later on, so I'm going to call it Daniel. I haven't played with a Templar yet. Yeah, I saw you ask that early on, so that's the only question I'm going to answer. But Eric, thank you very much for coming on the show. See, it wasn't that stressful. You were quite happy there,
Yeah. I didn't come with any Asian accents or any stuttering. So
no stuttering, no Asian accent. Yeah. But thank you very much for coming on the show, Eric. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Good night, folks.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you guys for joining us.